What's up? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at one word, the Vinyl Casket, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much, much more. This is another Casket review. Yes, we're banging out the list of the things I've watched in the last couple of months. I've been watching and watching and watching so much more stuff, which is so cool to me, because that was the biggest thing, is that I couldn't watch things at the rate I watched trailers. And now I've slowed down on trailers right now, and I'm catching up on watching stuff, but the trailers will be back soon. This is the Casket review for Wonka. So this movie came out in 2023, starring Timothée Chalamet, and was able to help him set a record for the first person in a very long time to have two #1 box office successes in a period of time, in like 6 months, because I think this came out in like December of 2023, and then in like January or February we had Dune 2. So he was able to use this movie in order to break some kind of record, which was cool. But this movie itself is pretty solid. The cast is pretty good. Besides his performance, everybody else is middle of the road or just slightly above. Nothing spectacular competing with his acting performance, I think. And anything that would maybe be considered as competing, I think elevates his. Movie is currently available to stream on Max. Yeah, I really liked it. I really thought it was good. I hope that there's a sequel to here, because I think a reboot, like, this is like an origin story, right? It's an origin. We all know of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, both the original movie and the remake with Johnny Depp. And I don't know, dude. I don't, because, like, obviously I don't know how to put this anywhere near those, because those retell a story in a book that I've grown up knowing and reading and watching. And this is like an origin story to explain, like, how he becomes a chocolatier and the potential where his the first attempt of his factory and his relationship and how he finds the Oompa Loompas, and which is really cool, and I feel like hasn't been done before. So it's interesting. But if it's not used to execute another attempt at this main story that we know in an HD environment, in a well-edited, new technique, new actors, new acting techniques, all sorts of that stuff, in the vein of this movie, which was done so well, the special effects here are incredible. I'm not going to be happy with it. It's going to really change my rating on here, which is what it is. It's middle of the ground. It's a solid movie. It's a fun watch. It is a runtime of 1 hour and 56 minutes. Rated PG. I think it's cool. I think it's really solid. I think it's a great family movie. I'm just hoping that they follow through with what they've set up in this movie to give us a full on, even if it's not, if there's 3 movies here, if there's another movie between this and their execution of the original story, I would love to see him grow, get the factory, something happen, and then you see him go into the state that leads him to the golden ticket scenario, the information that we've never seen before, that pushes him to, like, in this second movie we get to see him reemerge on top, go wild, and then where he shuts down and then contemplates and needs to figure out someone to take over, not a predecessor, that's the opposite. I don't know, I can't think of the word, but for someone to inherit and take over his business. And then that's when the movie ends, is when he realizes that's what he has to do and comes up with the golden ticket idea. And then the third movie is a retelling of the movie that we love. That would be great, because then you have a trilogy of movies that adds into the lore and the world that we never got before. Solid. This movie itself, standalone, is pretty good, but it's just the way it opens so many doors that if these doors aren't tapped, makes me upset for what this is, because it's given me this hope and this future, and I know there's a potential of them never executing any of that hope or any potential. So it makes me like this movie less, because I know it's teasing me. Solid movie, great acting. Timothée Chalamet is amazing. I'm rating this out of 5. We're giving it a 3.9. If in the future they do tap those windows, I would maybe raise this movie, because now it's setting up a very well, depending on how those movies turn out, it's setting up a wall, a road, a river. Really enjoyed this movie. It's solid. 3.9 out of 5. Check it out. Get in the comments. Let's talk about it. This is the Vinyl Casket, home to Layman's Tasty. Check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, a comment, hit the bell for much, much more, and do me a massive favor and stay bland.